full breakdown for the Supra drift build from yesterday's short. We're starting at the dealership, walking through the full parts list, full tune, and ending with a side-by-side comparison to show exactly how the build handles on the same track. Clean and simple. Let's get started. We're going to go ahead and pick up the Supra here. It's got one of the most reliable drift platforms in the game, and my personal favorite, the 2JZ engine. I wanted to go with a look that matches how this car drives. It's aggressive, but it's not over the top. This car and video is all about having an advanced tune, but still being beginner friendly. Moving on to the parts list, this car's already got the motor that we want, so there's no need in swapping it. It's got the best power band for drifting in my opinion, like I said. It's got smooth low end torque and a really high rev ceiling. I actually went into this build thinking I had the necessary street coin to complete the build, not realizing I was running pretty low. So you're going to see a couple camera cuts where I actually had to take a break from the build and go do some elite races. Just showing the full parts list. If you want to know why I chose anything specific, just drop a comment and I'll break it down for you. Horsepower might seem a little bit low, especially compared to some of my past builds, but this one's more about control, not really speed. An example, we could have put a better turbo on it, but we left it stop. This keeps it in the C4 class without pushing it into the C5 class. This build still gives you enough power to hold a good drift angle, but you can also break loose when you want to. You're also in control the whole time. And I get that having 800 to 1,000 horsepower is fun as well, but every corner turns into a fight. You're constantly correcting, feather in the throttle. Just kind of becomes chaos, especially when you're in the online lobbies. We've got a taller final gear for longer pulls, but still short enough to clutch kick when needed. Gear spacing makes it easy to hold second or third, just depending on the track. The differential is especially important. The way I have it set up is for a progressive lock, not fully locked out, which lets the car rotate without biting back too hard when you're transitioning. I highly recommend following these settings to a T. The front springs are stiffer than the rear to keep the nose planted as sharp through turns, while the softer rear helps soak up the bumps and gives the car smoother rotation when it kicks out. You'll notice I'm running a little bit of negative toe up front, which tightens up the initial turn in. It makes the car more aggressive when you sort of drift, which only makes sense to run a touch of positive toe in the rear, which helps calm the back end down just a bit, helping it stay predictable and stable through long corners. This setup's meant to stay fun and forgiving, especially if you're fairly new to drifting. It's an advanced setup, but beginner friendly.